Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to show you how to excavate and prep the base for a driveway extension. We're also going to show you how to set the forms. Please stay tuned until the end so you can see the entire process. Thank you for connecting with us. If you want to learn how to increase your home value and make the most amount of money by doing your own DIY projects and all kinds of handyman work, then you're in the best place here on YouTube. Consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Here we have an approximate 29 lineal feet of 4-foot wide driveway extension that we're going to be doing. We're using a Bobcat MT100. This is going to help us to excavate and remove at least 4 inches of soil. And we're just dumping it right here in our dump trailer. So we're just starting little by little to excavate right next to the existing driveway. The nice thing about that little machine is it's about 3 foot wide. So for something like this, it's perfect. The bucket, it almost fits right in the area there. So this really helped us out to get the project done a lot faster. So we're just being really careful there, working around the edges of the concrete and just removing the soil as best as we can. And then we also have the pick and the shovels and everything, just digging carefully all along the concrete so that way we don't want to damage it or, mess with that. And then we have that wooden form board right there that we're using. We're just setting it across the existing driveway and just checking the level. We just want to make sure we follow the level of the driveway. So that helps us as a guide so we can know if we need to excavate a little bit more. So right here, the first thing, we're going to try to get it as close as we can this first time around. And just making sure that we have, the 4 inches depth from, the one edge where the concrete is all the way to the outer edge. So that way it can be consistent. Once we have everything pretty much ready to go, we can start presenting our form board. So we can see that's what we're doing right here. We're just putting one of the stakes so that way it'll hold the form board in place. And then we're just going to check to see. But one thing that we found out is we still need a little bit more room. So we're actually going to dig. And we over excavate a little bit because we need to have at least the 4 feet plus, the room for the form board and everything. So we just measured the existing slab, the first joint. And so we're going to measure the same distance with the form board and we're going to cut it. So that way the form will follow the joint of the driveway. So that's going to be the length of the board right there. And we're going to continue that joint. And then we're going to set up the other form right there. So right here, we're just going to continue to excavate, and we noticed that the soil, it's quite a bit higher than the actual driveway. So we're just gonna, kind of knock that down so it just kind of slopes down to the new edge of the driveway. So right there, we're just removing the rest of the soil that we need. And once we have everything pretty much at the depth, then this is how everything is looking so far. We literally were able to do this in about 30-45 minutes. And then we're gonna set up that outer stake, and then that inner stake is gonna help us with the string line. So you set up that inner stake, the metal stake down, and then you can tie in the string line. And the string line helps for 2 purposes. The first one is it will help us to get the level of the form board. and then also to make sure we have a nice straight line. So once we tied it right there, we're just gonna drop down the stake with the level of the string, and once it's a little bit below the form board, that's gonna give us the level so it kind of matches the existing concrete driveway. So it's pretty much the same, and this driveway already has plenty of slope, so everything's gonna slope down towards the street. And then at this other end, we're gonna present that stake right there, and we're just gonna run the string line all the way down. And we did notice in this lower part that there's a crack in the driveway. You can kind of see it there on the right side. So since there's a crack and it kind of changes the level a little bit, we're gonna add another like joint right there, or like a break. So that way we're just gonna try to follow the level as best as possible. So right there we're gonna have a form, and then it's gonna end from there all the way down. So that's what we're doing right here. We're just securing the form board. We're just gonna add another stake on the other side, and this metal stakes, we put it about 3 to 4 inches away from the end of the form board, like you see right there on either side. And that's gonna help to secure the form board in place. So you just pound it down enough to where it's nice and solid. And those stakes have like holes so we can put nails through it. And right there, we just press the board with our foot, and then that way, when we go to nail it in, it's gonna follow the string line, like you see right here. It's starting to come along pretty good. And basically, we're just gonna put in about 3 to 4 metal stakes per form board. And once you do that, the forms are gonna stay in place. They're not gonna go anywhere. And then right here, we're starting to nail in the stake to the form board, so that way it's gonna be there and it will not move. Once you pour the concrete and everything, it's gonna be nice and solid all the way through. So we do this on every stake. We just put the nail there through the through the stake into the form, and that needs to be done on all of them. So that's pretty much the process. This is pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Most of it is you just got to make sure that you have the proper depth, that you don't have too much or too little, that you have just like right where it needs to be. And then as far as the form boards, you just set up your string line, then you secure the form with all the stakes, and then you nail it in there, so that way those forms will not move at all. So there you can see right there the results. It starts off right there where that walkway is, and you have the 4 stakes securing that one there. You have the joint where the 2 form boards meet. That's going to be our first joint, and then it goes all the way down right there where the crack of the concrete is. We added another joint right there, so that one's going to be another one that goes through. And then from there, it will just end all the way down to the sidewalk. So this is something that will definitely add value to the house. The driveway was just a single car driveway. So now having this extension on the right side, you can easily, get out of the car and just step onto nice, solid concrete area. And you don't have to get muddy or anything like that. Before there was a bunch of weeds and grass and a bunch of stuff, so we couldn't, it couldn't really be used. So this is definitely going to make things a lot more convenient and just way easier access. So that's pretty much the step-by-step process on how to excavate, how to prep the base, and how to set the forms on the outer perimeter. And we typically pour on natural compacted soil. That's more than enough for this area, and no rebar is necessary, so this will be totally fine. We hope you like this video. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. We're going to be uploading the video of how to pour this concrete here very soon, within the next couple of days, so please stay tuned for that. And other than that, we do all kinds of handyman projects and different repairs along the house. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one.